Remember the New Warriors? Remember the New Woke Warriors comic book uh, reveal on Marvel? It was one of the most hilarious moments in Marvel superhero history. It was one of the fattest dunks Marvel has ever had on them. They got posterized by the internet because it was horrendously bad. Remember superheroes like Snowflake and Safe Space, who are gender non-binary something or others, and the overweight one, Trailblazer, who has a backpack with snacks in it, and the one that got their powers from their grandfather's internet gas or whatever on God's green earth. Kibblesmith and these other clowns at Marvel somehow got greenlit. Well, they quietly canceled that book from what I can see. It's not for sale anywhere after the internet hilariously clowned on them. And now the New Warriors showrunner has shared Squirrel Girl clips from the canceled series and rails against cancellation, saying it was canceled for being, quote, too gay. In 20 years, Marvel has gone from flailing comics publisher to ubiquitous pop culture presence. Thanks to the success of the MCU, the studio has expanded into every possible medium, from film and television to video games, books, and of course, comics. This is via Chelsea Steiner over at The Mary Sue. And while Marvel has seen enormous critical and financial success, not all their ideas made it from development to the screen. Remember Hulu's planned Adventure into Fear series of horror-themed shows like Ghost Rider and Hellstrom, or Hulu's planned adult animation block with crossover series that got whittled down to MODOK was the last man giant head standing. One such Marvel casualty was Freeform's New Warriors, a series focused on a group of young, superpowered adults learning to use their powers. Leading the team was fan favorite character Squirrel Girl. Fan favorite means, like, I don't know how you could really. I mean, the fan like Squirrel Girl. I probably would have enjoyed it because it's played by the AT&T spokeswoman, Milana Vantrub from Other Spaces. Fellow cast members included Derek Theller as Mr. Immortal, Jeremy Tardy as Night Thrasher, Callum Worthy as Speedball, Matthew Moy as Microbe, and Kate Comer as Debris. I don't know who any of them are. While the pilot tested very well, the series was shuffled between networks, and it seemed that no one could find a place for it. In a pop culture landscape hell-bent on turning every comic into a series or film, it seems surprising that Marvel couldn't find a home for New Warriors. Now showrunner Kevin Beigel from Cougar Town and Enlisted has taken to Twitter to share clips from the unaired pilot and to air his grievances about the fate of the series. Beigel tweeted that the show was canceled before airing because a singular power that killed the show because it was too gay. A rich, straight Brentwood turd. He added that the exec was later fired. Beigel also tweeted footage of Vantrub as Squirrel Girl, and his kids were watching the video and reacting to it. All of those tweets have since been deleted, with Beigel joking that Ryan Reynolds had taken control of his account. I imagine that someone somewhere probably told him, probably not a good idea to bite the hand that feeds you. And we see some footage here. I don't want to risk playing it because it was unreleased as far as I know. It looks extraordinarily low budget. I'm not a Squirrel Girl fan, so, it obviously wasn't for me. But it is interesting to me that you would come out all these years later and try to say, oh, well, it was too gay. Apparently, the show was wrongfully iced for being too gay by some piece of S executive, script excerpt included. Tippy the Squirrel was going to be the second largest star of the show, characterized as a total jerk, but sweet and loving to some people. Same exec who's working on the comic book television, mind you, said squirrels can't be friends to people. Because everything Beigel tweeted is collected under the thread below, because nothing tweeted ever really dies. There are set photos, videos, and a look at the puppetry behind Doreen's squirrel companion, Tippy Toe. For those who missed it last night, tons of photos and videos from the production of the unaired MCU New Warriors pilot that got dropped. But then the OP deleted them. Luckily, I saved them. I saved them all. Here you go, and I'm already pre-blocked. Overall, the series looked like a fun and inclusive take on the New Warriors with all sorts of representation. That's obviously the most important thing. It doesn't have to be a good show if you have the right mixture of colors of people and the right bedroom companions for the main actors. It's disappointing that the series never got to make it to air, especially since it seems that one homophobic exec was to blame. Now, okay, maybe that's true. Maybe that's true. And first of all, it feels like a scapegoat, like a cop-out, especially given everything that modern Marvel is pushing, especially on like Disney Plus. I can't imagine they would not have a home for this, especially with, they could have just thrown it on Disney Plus. It's weird. While the culture has made great strides in terms of the LGBTQ plus representation, it's these kinds of gatekeepers that are still in positions of power within the industry. We're going to just take this guy's word as fact. While the pilot isn't available to watch, you can watch Van Tripp voicing Squirrel Girl in Marvel Rising Secret Warriors, an animated TV movie for Disney. You can see Dan Slott. If the photos of the live-action Squirrel Girl are making you feel down that we never got to see Mint Milana, assuming that's the girl, take on the role, then you can owe it to yourself to check out her voice acting as Squirrel Girl. I don't know. Even these people, I mean, it looks cheap. Not surprised it was passed over. I don't buy it. I don't buy that this was passed over for being too gay. I mean, I'm a big fan of her. Big fan. I don't know what set we're looking at here. I mean, you have a squirrel puppet on her shoulder. I don't know. You've got animatronics or like a servo here for movement, I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know. She looks happy. And then her room has a bunch of Iron Man posters in it, apparently. Again, it seems like a real kind of slimy cop-out to be like, oh, yeah, homophobia is why my crappy show didn't get picked up. Then this mysterious phobic executive suddenly isn't at the company anymore. So nobody can, actually verify this. It's entirely possible. It is. But I doubt it. I just doubt it. I just don't know. There's a cosplayer that totally rocks Squirrel Girl. I mean, there you go. Looks like a good cosplay of Squirrel Girl, to be honest with you. Not as good as the AT&T girl, certainly would have been. But I don't know why Marvel would drop the show, and when they have an endless slots, they could just throw it up on Disney Plus at any moment. I'm guessing they viewed it and thought it sucked. Thought nobody would like this show. There's room for, like, really everybody. There's room for these obscure shows, no doubt. Especially when you have your own platform. You don't have to worry about making, like, feature-length movies. Like Disney Plus could have a couple of just cringe, like, ultra niche shows like Squirrel Girl. It wouldn't have hurt anything. I do think it's a bit sketch to write that and then back out and say, well, I deleted all these tweets, but yeah, it was somebody else who took over my Twitter account, not me. I mean, that's not exactly a bold position to take. Leave it up. If you're ever lucky to run a show, don't be an elitist D. The crew makes the show possible. Love them, honor them. So it's absolutely retching. Burnout stories, wage theft. Oh, Adam Conover. He's one of the worst, too. He's a propagandist who likes to spread, leftist ideology as facts. He's debunking everything. Anyway, sorry, Squirrel Girl. Guess you don't get to see the light of day. Bummed for the Squirrel Girl fans and for the fans of the AT&T's bountiful blessings. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.